Did you know that Russia is so vast it could fit the entire surface area of Pluto? Indeed, Russia's expanse is not just about its land stretching across Europe and Asia, it's about the sheer scale that challenges our everyday perceptions. Now consider how maps can deceive us. The Mercator projection, commonly used in classrooms and atlases worldwide, significantly distorts size and scale, especially near the poles. This makes countries like Russia appear even larger compared to those near the equator. It's a cartographic illusion that has shaped our view of the world quite literally. This phenomenon isn't just a trivial fact, it affects everything from geopolitical strategies to resource management. The way we perceive the size of a country can influence how we think about its power, its needs, and its impact on the world. So as we dive into the sizes of various countries, keep in mind the surprising scales and distortions involved. While Russia tops the charts, it's not the only giant on the map. Let's journey through the vast expanses of the top 5 largest countries by area, exploring how these lands stretch far and wide, each hosting unique climates, diverse ecosystems, and rich resources that influence the world. Starting with Russia, the colossus of countries, it spans an incredible 11 time zones, featuring everything from subarctic tundra in the north to temperate forests in the west. Russia's sheer size allows for a staggering variety of natural resources, including the world's largest forest reserves and substantial oil and gas supplies that fuel its economy. Heading west, Canada takes the silver medal in the size stakes. This country is not just about its expansive Arctic territories or the bustling cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Canada's geography is a tapestry of vast forests, numerous lakes, and the rugged Rocky Mountains, making it a hub for natural resources such as timber and minerals, and a paradise for nature lovers. Next, we pivot to Asia, where China's vast territory is almost a world unto itself. From the frosty reaches of Harbin in the north to the tropical climates of Yunnan in the south, China's landscapes vary wildly. This geographical diversity supports one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations and fuels a booming economy with everything from agriculture to technology thriving within its borders. Swinging back to the Western Hemisphere, the United States stands out not just for its size, but for its iconic landscapes. From the arid deserts of Nevada to the lush forests of the Pacific Northwest, the U.S. is a place of dramatic climate variations. These diverse conditions support the largest economy in the world, with abundant agricultural outputs, technological innovations, and a vast array of natural resources. Finally, Brazil, the green heart of South America, is famed for the Amazon rainforest. Covering over half of the country, the Amazon is not just a giant in terms of space, but also in terms of biodiversity, playing a vital role in global oxygen production and climate regulation. These massive nations not only dominate maps, but also play crucial roles in global ecology and economics. Size isn't everything. Some of the world's smallest countries wield outsized influence. Take Vatican City, for instance. Nestled within the heart of Rome, it spans a mere 109 acres, making it the smallest internationally recognized independent state in the world by both area and population. Yet its influence is monumental, serving as the spiritual center for over 1 billion Roman Catholics worldwide. Then there's Monaco, known for its lavish wealth and as a playground for the rich and famous. Covering less than 1 square mile, Monaco is smaller than Central Park in New York City. Despite its diminutive size, Monaco boasts one of the world's highest GDPs per capita, thanks to its status as a tax haven and its luxurious casino and tourism industries. Crossing over to the Pacific, we find Nauru, one of the smallest island nations. With an area of just 8 square miles, it once possessed the highest per capita income due to its phosphate mining. However, after the depletion of these resources, Nauru faced economic hardships, leading it to innovate with diverse strategies like offshore banking and hosting asylum seekers on behalf of other nations. These examples show how these tiny titans manage not only their space, but also their economic models and unique positions in international affairs. They adapt, innovate, and exert influence in ways that belie their physical dimensions. These minuscule nations remind us that in the world of geopolitics, size does not always dictate influence. Let's put these sizes into perspective with a visual comparison. Imagine a chart where each country's size is a block, and these blocks can slide around and stack up against each other. Now let's start by looking at Russia, the largest country in the world. Russia is so vast that it makes other large countries look modest by comparison. Picture Russia's block next to a country like France. You would need about 30 Frances to match the size of Russia. It's like comparing a whale to a school of fish. Now slide over to Canada, the second largest country. If we break Canada down, it could encapsulate 21 countries the size of Italy. That's practically an entire continent's worth of space in one country. This gives you a sense of just how expansive these territories are. Moving on, let's look at the United States. If you were to take all the land area of the United Kingdom, you could fit it into the United States over 40 times. The visual of that on our chart would show the UK bloc repeated over and over, filling up the vast expanse of the US bloc. Let's shrink down our scale and consider some of the smaller nations. Singapore, one of the smallest sovereign states in the world, is so tiny compared to a country like Australia that you could fit over 10,000 Singapores into Australia. The block representing Singapore would be a mere pixel on our chart next to the colossal block of Australia. Lastly, consider a visual of India next to Monaco. Monaco is so small that you could fit it into India over 500,000 times. The size difference is so staggering that Monaco wouldn't even be visible if we didn't magnify it specially for our comparison. This visual comparison starkly highlights the dramatic differences in country sizes around the world. How does the size of a country affect its identity and its role on the world stage? Imagine the vast landscapes of Russia stretching across 11 time zones, or the sprawling population centers of China. These giants of the globe don't just dominate maps, but also possess a complex mosaic of cultures and languages. This diversity often fosters a rich tapestry of identities within a single nation, from the bustling streets of Moscow to the serene shores of the Amur River, or from the ancient walls of Beijing to the modern buzz of Shanghai. In contrast, consider the compactness of Luxembourg or Singapore. Smaller nations often exhibit a more homogeneous culture, which can strengthen national identity and foster a strong sense of community. Yet this doesn't mean they play a diminished role on the world stage. Singapore, for instance, has leveraged its strategic location and open economy to become a global powerhouse in finance and trade. The economic capabilities of a country are also closely tied to its size. Larger countries typically have more natural resources at their disposal, which can drive economic growth and global influence. Russia and Canada, rich in oil and minerals, are prime examples. However, the economic landscape is not solely the domain of the large. Smaller nations often compensate with highly specialized economies or by becoming centers of innovation and technology like Israel or Switzerland. International influence is yet another aspect where size matters. Large countries often wield more power in international organizations like the United Nations and have greater military capacities. This influence extends into soft power as well. Cultural exports like America's Hollywood movies or Korea's K-pop music resonate around the world. Yet, small countries often carve out niches where they exert outsized influence. Belgium, with its capital Brussels, plays a crucial role in the European Union. The Vatican, though minute, has a profound impact on billions of religious followers globally. Clearly, the size of a country can shape its culture, economy, and global influence in profound ways. From sprawling giants to tiny specks, the world's countries offer a remarkable study in diversity. In our exploration today, we've traversed the vast landscapes of the globe's largest nations and peeked into the lives of those in the smallest. From Russia's expansive Siberian tundra to Vatican City's enclosed courtyards, each country, regardless of size, plays a unique role on the world stage. The giants, countries like Canada, China, and the United States, not only dominate maps but also wield significant influence in international economics, politics, and culture. Their large geographic areas allow for immense natural resources, diverse climates, and substantial populations. These factors contribute to their powerful global presence and the ability to project influence across continents. Conversely, the tiny titans like Monaco, Luxembourg, and Tuvalu, while small on the map, demonstrate that size isn't everything. Their strategic economic niches, from finance to tourism, and often their diplomatic savvy, allow them to thrive. These nations remind us that with ingenuity and adaptability, smaller countries can still shine brightly on the global stage. Understanding the size of a country not only informs us about its geography, but also enhances our appreciation for its societal structure, economic capabilities, and international relationships. It's a cornerstone to understanding the complex interplay of forces that shape our world. As we've seen today, the size of a country can tell us a lot about its character and its place in the global tapestry. Thank you for joining me on this geographical journey.